wild. Let's just get wild. Let's just get wild.
There we are. Another week in the books, folks. Before we go any further.
Don't go any further, people.
How
Don't
about
go any
this?
further. Share the damn link.
Share the damn link. That's all we're
Share it.
asking. Not a big ask. Not a huge ask.
It's a fairly small ask, to be quite honest with you.
Share it to Honest Trap. Send it out
I'm
there.
sure. You know who I'm sharing it to right now? Honest Trap. Oh, you know what? It's not showing up. I wonder if I'm not in there anymore.
Uh-oh.
Wouldn't that be a shame?
Did you get excommunicated from...
I don't know. I think I may have. Oh well.
Anyway.
What's up, doggy? I haven't seen you in since the past two shows, my man.
I know. Have we seen each other in person, though?
I don't remember.
No, I think
I tried to get you some hot dogs delivered.
That's right. You tried to get some glizzies. You tried to get a couple glizzies over my way, but it wasn't in the stars didn't align for us.
No. What was I gonna say? I got you. It was my own fault because it was a surprise, right? Like you didn't necessarily want a surprise or expect a surprise, but I thought it would be a
kind of surprises.
So I went and got a dozen glizzies from Jimmy's, and no one was home.
Do you want to talk about your little awkward encounter? Speaking of the hot dog kings.
Nope.
Okay.
No, friends on Facebook and stuff.
That's right.
I'm not gonna out myself in the hot dog world. Huh?
The hot dog.
That's the glizzy. That's the glizzy underground.
You don't want any part of that hot dog beef.
You don't want that beef.
Oh man, ring the bell for Joe. Share, damn it, watching football, baseball, and Trinity on split screen, but y'all have my semi-undivided attention. Well,
better than nothing.
Yep, we'll take it. Before we go any further, hate to announce this, Kate will not be joining the program today.
Hate it.
He will not be joining the program.
Hate
it. He can never show his there again. I think we all know what he's speaking of there.
Kristen, you weren't there for that time.
Tim, how's your day?
It's all right, man. It's all right. It was nice and warm.
Yeah, it was a nice day. I played a golf tournament, a scramble with a couple old pals. Came in second. Green Pond Country Club. It was for homeless veterans.
Can't argue with that cause.
Nope.
No argument with that one.
Yeah, so uneventful weekend all around, you know.
I'm trying to think of anything this weekend that happened, and there's zero, right?
I did a stand-up comedy show on Friday.
That's not the weekend, though.
Saturday.
Friday, I told the people about your show on this program. I think it was probably too late to tell them because you were doing it as I told them.
It was happening in real time. But Saturday is when the glizzy situation would have happened. We were
like in the IndyCar race.
Oh yeah, the IndyCar race.
Last one of the season.
Well, no, we got St. Pete. Still got St. Pete.
Second to last one of the season on Saturday.
So you got us 12 glizzies. Can you tell the people what were on the glizzies?
Well, anybody from the area knows Jimmy's Hot Dogs. You're getting mustard, onion, pickle, or get the fuck out. All right. So when you go in, you say, I'll take 3. And 3 just means you're going to have that on it. Or you could say 3 with everything or 3 regular. What you don't do is come in and say, I'll take 3 with ketchup. Because they're going to stare at you like you've never seen this kind of shit before. But I got 12 glizzies, 2 bags of chips, a large soda.
Ooh.
Ty, 12 hot dogs, 2 bags of chips, a large soda for $16.50.
That's crazy. And how many?
$16.50. I gave the rest. I said, take the rest. Take the tip.
Tell the nation, how many did you have yourself?
I did 7. I did a 7
How
dogger.
many do we knock down of those dozy?
I didn't want to have 7. I thought about it. I actually texted a picture to Andrew Hess because he's positioned himself to be the hot dog rival. You know, when the contest comes down, it could be me and Ty. I mean, me and Hess. But when I went down to Jimmy's, I asked them because the people who worked there have worked in there since like the 50s, so they've seen it all. I was like, "What's the maximum amount of Jimmy's? What's the record that they've eaten?" Ain't no record.
So
There
there's
is no record.
Nothing's on the books right now.
The guy was like, I don't know. No one's, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I was like, oh, well, it's a very common thing. Like that there would be a record. Like, I'm not crazy for asking is what I'm trying to say.
He acted, he treated you as if you were. He
acted like this was a good opportunity to say how people aren't as tough as they were in his day. Cause he was like, back in the old days, people didn't compete to eat hot dogs. They went to work and they came here to get their lunch and they went back to work again. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just wondering how many, did someone eat 50?
What about one of those guys? Did one of those really hungry workers ever put down like?
And I didn't suggest I was going to make a career of it. I was just asking, is it 20? Is it 100? I want to know. But the answer is there is no record. So if you can eat 15, you're in.
You're not the record holder.
You're in. And it's easy to afford it. I think my mom said, yeah, here we go. If you go from eating 0 hot dogs in like 2 months to 7 in 10 minutes, you really don't feel well afterward.
Describe what you were going through.
I think my blood pressure went up from all the salt because I've had bits of high blood pressure before, and it's this weird feeling where you just like something's just wrong with your body. Yeah. Like you don't feel like you're gonna throw up or anything. There's just something off, and you feel like you're under pressure. And I think that's from the hot dog. It's over hot dogging.
I wonder if that's your body congratulating you in a way.
Or yeah, or saying 7 more.
Yeah.
7 more.
Yeah. So okay, you throw 7 down in this, and you weren't prepared to eat 7.
No.
Right? You had no.
No, I thought I was going to bring you and our dear friend Keaton. I thought you were each going to have at least 2.
All right,
I was going to bring 1 home for my kid, and then I'd have 5 for myself. I was thinking I'd do a 4 or 5 dog thing. I was expecting that. Those extra 2 doesn't sound like a lot. An extra 2 dogs makes a difference.
So do you think how many in that short, unprepared setting you knocked down 7?
Yeah.
How many do you think you could get realistically? That's your last time that you ate a plethora of glizzies. What are you thinking? What's your guess? You don't have to go exactly.
And you're saying max is in you're in pain a little bit, but you're doing it.
Listen, you're trying to set a record.
Yeah,
so,
you're not screwing around.
No, you're not going back to work. You're not. This is what your day is going to consist of.
12 or 15. I don't think I can do much more than 12, 15. I don't know how these guys do 60 on TV or however many they eat.
Yeah, I mean, so does that mean you have to eat the pickle as well when you go for the?
Oh yeah. You have to eat the bun and the pickle.
All right, so let's set this up. Andrew Hess, if you want to come on, I'd love to see you come on for a second and set your criteria of what you're comfortable with, and we're gonna make this bet. We're gonna make this wager.
It's not as easy as it seems. Like you think, oh, I could destroy a bunch of hot dogs. After the 4th dog, you start to realize your stomach isn't stretched.
Yeah,
the competitive hot dog capacity. And
then you went 3 more after that. Of course, you didn't stop at 4. You know that you laughed.
No, because I texted Hess and I knew I tried to make him aware of what I was up to, and that was in my head then too. I was thinking, come down the pike, Hess is gonna want to go at this. I can't, wimp out. I did eat the 2 bags of chips. Also,
you did?
Also ate the 2 bags of chips. I was planning on you having some of the chips, but you weren't there, so I ate both bags of chips. So there's a lot of salt there too. The bags of chips, the 7 glizzies.
Oh, look at this guy. Cowering in fear already. Cowering in fear.
We got a glizzy challenge, boys.
We got a glizzy challenge here, folks. Glizzy
Get out your flashlights. It's glizzy time.
Yeah, the winner of the glizzy challenge gets a
autographed flashlight.
It's molded to the winner gets molded.
No, yeah, all right.
The mold. The perfect mold of your favorite.
Yeah, any member of the show you can get molded.
We got a mold guy.
we got a hot silicon guy.
Yeah. We got silicon on the cheap over here at the program. I agree, Ryan Dugan. Hess is showing weakness already, and that's but here he comes back.
Oh shit!
Saturday at noon. It is.
Saturday at noon. It's a glizzy off. It's a dog off. The winner of the glizzy challenge, what is it? Gets the leftover glizzies. The loser gets docked.
What if you have to dock with the glizzies? Glizzy docking.
I don't know why that's the docking noise.
You don't want to dock. Listen, I don't know when's a good time to dock. I'm gonna guess the worst time to dock is after
a dozen glizzies.
That's not the time you want to dock.
Unless you're with the boys. Yeah, if you go down to the steam bath with the boys.
Yeah, just dock it out. Dock it out with a bunch of the boys. What'd you do this weekend?
Dock it out.
And the boys docked it out.
Yeah, right. That's a gift. Yeah, write that one down.
Loser has to go dock a glizzy, he says.
Dock it out.
Man,
dock it out with the boys.
Imagine tuning in right now. Right now. You've never seen 1 second of this show prior to now.
You're either subscribing or you're blocking.
Yeah.
We head down to Fort Lauderdale, just dock with the boys.
we get t-shirts made like it's like a bachelorette party. It's like docking with the boys t-shirts. Get docked.
It's just every Jersey Shore slogan with docking.
Yeah, we have our numbers 1 through 8 with our last names on the back.
Docker number 1. Or the back of the shirt says I dock, and in the back of the next person's shirt says he docks with an arrow.
Or it's like in the front shirt is I dock, and it's ... and then the next guy's shirt on the back it says ... docked.
Guys, share this to Honest Traz if you could.
Yeah, this is the
share it. It won't let me share it to the group. Share it everywhere. Give it a share, guys. You don't care if they kick you out, do you? You don't. This
is the hot tent. This is the hot tent we're talking about. No, we're talking content. So, okay, this is a little show. This is a little question. My show Friday went all right. Dude, these outdoor shows are weird, man. Don't come a knocking if the boys are a dock. Oh shit! Man, just a bunch of healthy boys out here docking. I'm laughing at you guys laughing, but what does dock mean?
Don't Google it.
Google it.
Listen, once again, Cutressa and Mom, don't. When I say it, it's not a bit. I don't want you to Google it.
Any more outdoor shows coming up? Yes.
What a cool name this person has.
There are.
Put it back up. How do you even say that?
Champignon.
There's no way that he calls it Champignon.
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 It looks like a woman.
Can't tell.
Yeah, outdoor shows coming up. There's one this Saturday in Easton at Connections Gallery. Very fun place. That'll be a fun one.
In Easton, you say?
In Easton. Right
Where
by
is that? Where is that?
That's right in Phillipsburg. Easton City?
What? The place where your show is in Easton.
Connections Gallery. It's right by
Is that like by the public market area?
Yeah, yep. It's like on the other side of the circle though. Same street on the other side of the circle.
Gotcha. We gotta head down there, gang.
Head down there, do a little thing. That's on Saturday, the 10th.
We go Saturday afternoon, dogging,
then
at night laughing,
then dogging, docking, laughing. That's our shirt. That's our slogan.
I feel like there should be a third D. Wait, dogging, dead dog dick.
Did I tell that story? I've told that.
Yeah, that was like episode 2. You told Triple D.
Was that in the current administration or the prior administration?
Prior, my boy.
Ah, man, that's a
Prior
good
admin.
story. We'll save that one for Christmas. That's a Christmas tale.
Yeah, tell that closer to the holidays.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
a holiday tale. The Dead Dog Dick story is one for the. It's a more of a festive tune.
Yeah, it's upbeat.
It involves Christmas, as we know,
Mhm.
if you know it. So not much going on in the news, son. Well, aside from
Well,
the other
I
chaos.
have this. Ty. I had a few stories geared up for Friday because I wasn't sure if we had anything to talk about. And me, Kate, and Garrett share it. Ty, go on.
Whoop.
That's the hootie bell. That's the hootie bell.
And
But
we
Kate,
want to recommend that the nation you get your own bell for when we ring, you can ring as well.
are we going to be selling officially licensed bells?
Well, it's a fleshlight / bell. It's got a little bell at the end of it. So
All right. Yeah.
It doubles. It's an actual flashlight, a flashlight, and a bell.
That's excellent. Dual purpose, triple purpose.
You got to be careful though, because the people, if you're using said fleshlight and you have the bell on, you're going to make your presence pretty known.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to want to make sure that you do that in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this for you, Ty.
Run your story.
This one I thought everybody heard about, but I haven't seen much about it. Rick Moranis did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard slightly about it.
He got beat up out of the blue in New York City the other day. Like he was just outside of a building and somebody just came and punched him in the face a bunch of times.
You
I don't
know
know what this video even is.
That means you're either very famous or you're no longer famous at all. And
Yeah, I have a feeling the person who hit him did know it was Rick Moranis.
That's got to hurt, right? That's got to hurt your ego.
I don't think for Rick Moranis it does, because he was really, really famous. And then his wife got cancer, so he quit acting. And he was just like, so I think for him, it's better than like a Val Kilmer. Because like Rick Moranis, Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, all this shit, Little Shop of Horrors. And then he just said, I quit. I'm just going to be done now. I'm going to take care of my kids. Whereas Val, Batman Forever, that's the last big hump.
Yeah.
And then it's been going down the slope for a long time.
Val is the star of MacGruber, which is one of my top dogs, man.
That's one of 15 years old, though.
MacGruber, the movie?
I'll bet you he's 15 years old.
No, sir. That's a 2012.
2007, I'll bet.
2012 film.
MacGruber is 2010. All right, 10 years.
Split the difference.
Split it.
Aiden, you all saw the guy who had the penis attached to his arm lost blood pressure, and they had to move it to the other arm.
I was waiting for an update on that story.
Yeah, it's funny how he loses blood pressure, his vitals go down, and instead of saving him, they save the dick.
Right. They let him die.
Yeah.
Donate to science.
You're like shocking his dick, the arm. They're just like, clear.
I'm giving her all she has got, sir. I'm giving her all the juice she has got, doctor.
Don't die on me. Don't you die on me. Talking to the dick.
Get the docking team in here.
Yeah. Inspire it.
My flipping comments aren't loading.
Oh man, dude, we got something's going on with our program, man. Because
I know.
And when I tried to share the link earlier, it said I could not load the post, and I hated to see it.
And it's still it's double posting everything. It'll post one that says what I typed, and then it'll post an identical one when the show actually starts.
Yeah,
and then leave the old one.
Yeah, you hate it. It's just not. So yeah, Rick.
What?
I almost
said
the
hell happened to you?
I almost said Mick Romanis.
I feel like you shorted out for a second.
It's hard to say.
Like whatever robot is functioning. And now I think.
What's slow tonight? Is it the lag or is it the host?
It's me and Tim.
What is she talking about me?
It's slow tonight.
She refers to me as it.
Ty's a little slow tonight. And Burger Durgan Jabramis.
Did anybody
Jabramis got punched?
Did anybody see the new South Park? Sound off in the comments. Very good. Very good.
Still haven't. Damn.
I don't know. More anise.
Ty, I gotta refresh my screen so I can see the comments. Give me a second.
All right. It's just me, folks. It's just me. I'm here. I've had a rough weekend, as you could tell. Huh? Look at this. Oh, by the way, Tim's back. I got an announcement to make. Guess what's going?
The hair's going.
The hair's going this
Cutting
week.
the hair.
Cutting the hair.
When?
Gone.
When?
This week, dude. I just can't.
I had the thought today. I thought about it today to just go get it all cut off, but I don't know. Yeah.
I've been having these thoughts. I've been having these thoughts, and I've been having these dreams where I'm without hair, and they're enticing. And you know what's happening is these hairs are getting in my eye. You see, like that.
Well, just put them back. Yeah,
I know, but it just keeps happening.
And if you put your hat on backwards, it's a nice barrier. You could be like backwards hat guy. That's it. Paul Spratt. He's here with us already.
6-year-old. That's true. I'm gonna get the bus. I am gonna get rid of the hair. The hair's been. I think we made a bet early on. I forget who said what, but I didn't think I'd last this long with the hair, and I have.
I like it. I like the long hair look. I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable with it being gone, but if what has to happen, it's what has to happen. It is warm also in the winter to have a nice piece of hair on you.
True. That is true. But man, this is Hess did say this week.
What?
I think Hess made the bet this week that I'm cutting the hair. We gotta pick up the energy here, folks. I don't know. I don't know if we can comment on that.
Yeah, speak to our lawyers. Speak to the lawyers. What about this, Ty? What about this one? I got another one for you here. I thought the Moranis one would go further. I don't know why. Okay. Do you see that?
Zoom in. I see James Cameron.
Avatar 2.
Ooh.
Avatar 2 is finally upon
ready for launch.
Yes. I hated Avatar.
I didn't see Avatar 1, so.
But you've never seen Avatar.
It doesn't interest me at all. Look at that. I have nothing.
This doesn't interest you.
I can't relate. I can't relate to these folks. I can't relate to them.
Oh, well, you tell some of the Avatar fans, they love it. They love relating to it.
Of course.
It was like, I think it's the movie. It made the most money of any movie ever.
Yeah.
Still to this day, and it's terrible. It's terrible. It's 2.5, 3 hours long. It's about the cartoon Fern Gully from when we were kids, where like the bad people machines cut down the forest and the forest people stop them. It's that. It's just that movie, but it's $1 billion.
Yeah. It's the CGI. It's like one of those things where like the CGI was the main attraction to the movie.
People really think it's like this deep thing. Like even this, Aiden, that's the problem. If the movie's goodness is reliant on taking shrooms first, it may not be that good.
Right. Yeah.
You know, for a guy with a flip phone, you're texting an awful lot.
What I'm doing is I'm scrolling the news as well, trying to get some news too.
I see what you're up to.
Which we should have done. Tyler, do you only watch movies you can relate to?
Yeah,
that's the whole point of cinema.
That's the only thing he does.
Man, Kristen Marie is firing at me tonight.
Kristen Marie is firing hot tonight.
And you don't hate to see it, but I mean,
you also haven't been here in a while.
And Kate's not here to give me a hard time, so I think she's just filling in for the queen.
Fear and Loathing is an excellent movie on its own.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with Fear and Loathing.
You don't like Fear and Loathing either?
Can't relate to it.
What? Okay. in such a manner as this.
Such a manner.
No, I think Fear and Loathing is a good movie either way. I think Avatar is just other movies that already happened, but with more money. Yeah. So Avatar 2, I think I can only imagine will be the same thing. So the whole story is there's another planet. It's a paradise. Humans get there. They start mining it for whatever and exploiting it. And they find out that they're wrong and they shouldn't do such things, which is the plot of many movies.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's not like a new thing. It just also had Sigourney Weaver and a lot of CGI and a really weird weird sex scene with
Oh, well, now I'm
with the
in.
creatures.
Now I can relate.
And there's something with their tails,
Woo!
sort of a dock. Now that I say it,
Did they dock? Did they tail
if
dock?
anyone in the comments can confirm if they dock, because I've only seen it once, but if I recall,
if they tail dock in this film, I will get out there and see it.
yeah. Hunter S. Thompson knew how to live.
Yeah,
One of the greats.
He's like the Bill. Like that's I compare that to Bill Murray of today.
Yeah, of writers especially.
Yeah,
I think Hunter S. Thompson went a lot harder than Bill Murray, like for longer
with the cocaine.
Yeah, but I've heard podcasts and stuff that said like he almost didn't want to be that guy, but that became his.
Yeah,
everyone expected it so much that he just had to keep doing it.
Right.
Or he thought he did.
So, what was I going to talk to you about? So Friday came around, and obviously I was in Easton. How did the show go?
Great.
Without me.
Great. I'm not going to say it was better than usual, but it was really good. I was worried for a minute, but
have you finished? So, and speaking of Hunter S. Thompson and like those kind of, you finished 1984 and Animal Farm, correct?
Yeah, that's George Orwell, but yeah,
I know, but it's similar style in my opinion.
It's really bleak. It's really dark,
bleak and honest and real.
Well, 1984 is. I think actually it's a good combination. If both are are extremely accurate, but there's certain things where it's like, I think it's been the same problem with people in politics forever. Just you didn't have the news back then, but they talk about like double think and stuff like this. So like there's like this in 1984 world, they call it double think, but it's just the ability to hold contradictory beliefs in your head at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if you're in the party and it's like, you know, you want higher taxes, and then tax time comes and you hate that you don't want it for you.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of stuff. So it's just that people have these beliefs that are in direct competition with each other, but they have no problem with it because it suits them at that time.
Man, we suck. Human beings suck. You ever think about it?
They're not. I mean, they're better than the apes, of course. They're better than the birds. But when it comes to things like dogs, forget it.
Do you think birds have disagreements?
Crows do. Crows or ravens do. They have fights.
But is it on
about that?
Yeah, but isn't it's because of like territorial things?
I don't know. They say it's either crows. I think it's crows. Crows have like fights over if one guy's hanging out with the other guy's girl too much, or if one of them embarrasses their like this weird thing of human emotions for birds, and then they make the circle and they fight to the death. You
got to imagine if you're a crow and there's another or whatever bird this is, and they're mad at you, would be hard to tell that the bird's mad just because of the beak.
Right, because they can't.
Birds' eyes always look angry in such a manner.
Yeah. Well, they're lifeless beings. You know, they're mostly
emotionless cowards is what they are.
Mm-hmm. That's why the government's been using them all these years.
What's your least favorite animal, Tim? If there had to be one animal that you know how like Sarah McLachlan saves the animals? Yeah. If you saw that commercial, what would be one animal would make you go, fuck that?
It's tough because not all apes are the same, you know? Like there's different varieties. So you can't you could say all the gorillas, but then you're stuck with all the chimps.
Right.
Orangutans.
You would rather save a gorilla before a snake.
I think I'd save a gorilla before a snake just so I could fight the gorilla myself.
Would you hand-to-hand combat the gorilla? Or would you use wrestling?
I think you'd have to use wrestling.
Punching a gorilla in the face. Can you imagine punching a gorilla in the face?
You'd be dead, I think, before. Like maybe you'd get that moment of satisfaction of sinking a punch into the face of the gorilla, but I think just a second after that, you'd probably be dead already.
But imagine the sheer shock if you somehow rattled its jaw in such a fashion that it went unconscious.
Right. Or even just that you shook it up and it sort of like looks at you like, shit.
You would have to like, if you uppercutted a gorilla and it went down and nobody was there to see it. Oh man.
I think you'd actually have to. That's the best argument. We talked about this before, Ty. But that's the best argument for killing yourself. If you uppercut a gorilla, knock it out, and no one's there to see it, why go on living?
Right. Because you can't tell that story.
Yeah.
You can't go party to party saying, "Oh yeah, I uppercutted a gorilla." Everybody would be like, "Shut up, man."
Right. It's outlandish. They wouldn't believe where did you run into the gorilla?
Yeah.
Where is he now?
Nobody had a phone. Really? Brianna would get rid of squirrels?
Yeah, I see that. I see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Get rid of squirrels.
I like the squirrels. And I had a pet squirrel.
Look at this. Rachel Rivera saying,
Thanks,
Tim,
Rach.
amazing. I'm also here too, Rachel. Not a big deal, but you know. If I had to, I'm a big adversary. Snakes are my enemy.
I think snakes can go. Snakes can go.
I mean, I'm sure they serve some purpose. There's going to be somebody out there like, well, without the snakes, whatever. But I just they creep me out. I've never touched one. Wait, what? No. This is not true.
It's true.
Well, you know I have the flip phone.
I mean, you see him post on Instagram sometimes, so he's obviously doing something.
Imagine uppercutting a snake.
Remember the hit thriller Anaconda?
Yes.
Did that have Ice Cube or Ice T?
I think it had Ice Cube in it.
I think it was Ice Cube. And
Did it have Sam Jackson as well?
Who?
Sam Jackson.
No. I think no way. I'm gonna check. I know Deep Blue Sea has Sam Jackson and it had a Creature of the Water. And
I gotta check my Instagram DMs because that makes me. I
Anaconda movie because it's just showing me. All right, 1997. Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez, John Voight, Ice Cube, and I don't know who the rest of these people are.
I don't have any DMs.
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's in it.
No DMs.
Danny Trejo.
Oh, that's right. Sam Jackson's on Snakes on a Plane. The other well-written movie about snakes.
At least that one is self-aware. Like,
you think?
Snakes on a Plane is definitely self-aware. It's the whole. They didn't think Samuel Jackson was going to even do it. They just asked him to do it as a joke, and he just
all right.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's the worst Sam Jackson ever. I haven't seen Anaconda in its entirety though. Isn't it about is that Lake Placid? Isn't Lake Placid almost the same movie?
Yeah, just crocodile.
Right.
I think Lake Placid is giant crocodile.
Anaconda is obviously about.
Anaconda.
Oh man, I wish I asked that question. I'm like, Tim, what was that movie about that giant anaconda?
Could you? No, not that one. Not that one.
It's called Anaconda.
Yeah, Congo is about the apes from the same time period. Anaconda, Congo in the same summer, I think, 1997. Right. Do you remember Congo?
I didn't see
They're
it.
temple apes with lasers.
Tim, I also have another question for you. Actually, I found this book. Speaking of Kristen Marie, she got me this for my birthday. Okay,
you can
very on brand for me. Here's a question: how to escape from killer bees?
Mm-hmm.
Number one. If bees begin flying around and or stinging you, do not freeze. That's advice number one.
Okay.
Run away. Swatting at the bees only makes them angrier. This is something that we've talked about on the program.
Hmm.
I don't think bees can get angry.
You don't think it's an emotion they have, so they don't have the range.
They don't have the brain size to figure out anger.
I mean,
they have to forget immediately.
I don't know. I mean, according to that book, if you swat at them, it'll sting even faster. Or do you think that's just some kind of other mechanism? It's not anger. They're not personally mad at you.
Yeah, they're not seeking revenge.
Do you know what bees? I just found out bees take the carcasses of the spotted lanternflies,
right,
and eat them because they're full of sugar. Because the lanternflies eat sugar-filled crops. So every time you kill a lanternfly, which is your duty as a Pennsylvania resident, the bees get a sugary feast.
That's right. And bees, as we know, love the sugar. Bees, small birds.
They're as we know, bees are the tiniest bird.
Tiniest birds. What's your favorite conspiracy theory, Tim?
I don't know. You mean like I feel like there's now different categories of conspiracy.
Right. Yeah. That's separated.
It was like a Loch Ness monster and Bigfoot and stuff. Now it's like, is 5G gonna take over our brains?
Right.
And then
Well, I think one an outlandish one that's fun, then also like one that's like possible.
That is a fun fact. That is a fun fact. You know, I'm a Sasquatch enthusiast,
right?
I mean, I'm enthusiastic about it in that I think he is a menace to the world, if real, and I hope he's real. I doubt he's real. I doubt it, but there's no proof that the man's not real.
A man or a beast.
There needs to be men and women. So that's why. That's how it. You know, that's how they reproduce. And the real one, Jesus, I don't know. I there's so many awful ones that turned out to be real, like like Snowden, that entire story is kind of a conspiracy. Like,
which one?
That the NSA was stealing all of our data for years, and then they just lied about it, and then people were suspicious, and the suspicious people were told, like, you're being weird, you have like tinfoil hat. Then Edward Snowden's like, no, I work here. We stole everything. and then the people who said they protect him, the government, said they were pretty much going to kill him. So he had to leave the country and go live in another country that won't do it, which ironically is Russia, who steals everyone's information.
Are we talking about Edward Snowden here?
Yeah.
Yep. Talking about Edward Snowden from the movie. What's that one movie about him? What's it called?
Anaconda 2?
Anaconda 2.
I think he's in Anaconda 2 as the tech guy.
Fucking Edward Snowden made a cameo in Anaconda 2. He reprised his career as an actor. Is there an Anaconda?
That is what he's known for, is acting.
Is Anaconda? Is there an Anaconda 2?
Yes. Is there an Anaconda 2?
Is there an Anaconda 3?
No. Be stupid.
See, Andrew Hess says Facebook was the CIA Project Lifelog. Was it called Project Lifelog? What should we name this project? Lifelog.
Ooh.
No.
Oh, I want to apologize. There is an Anaconda 3, unfortunately. Well, starring David Hasselhoff.
We want to thank our statistician and our team behind the scenes confirming all of our facts.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's an Anaconda 4 also. So you know.
So you're telling me we're sitting here. I know.
Trail of Blood, it's called.
We're not firing on all cylinders tonight. I'll admit that. However,
you're not.
Wow. But there's been 4 anacondas made. We can't figure out our way into the business of show, but yet they're making anaconda after anaconda.
Yeah, there might be an Anaconda 5. I just keep backspacing and putting in new numbers.
All right, Tim, face to face with a demon. Would you rather see in the wild anaconda, ape, or swarm of killer bees?
And a demon?
No, those are the demons you're facing.
Oh. I thought it was a demon summoning. Do I have to pick one as my partner to defeat the demon?
Yeah. Pick one as a friend and one as a foe.
I hate to say it, but I have to take the bees
as a friend. Right.
And then ape or anaconda as foe. Because if you have an ape on your side the bees are going to sting the shit out of the ape, and the ape's out of commission unless you have ape Benadryl.
What the
which
hell
you
is
surely don't.
what are the bees going to do to the anaconda? Not a damn thing.
Sting through its stupid thin scales.
You think for a second that a bee stinger get through an anaconda's rough, rugged skin?
Could go down his throat.
Can you imagine docking with an anaconda?
It's not possible. Well,
It's
I mean, anything's possible.
Anna Marie Hamilton.
Anna Marie Hamilton has outrun dozens of anacondas.
I think she's just guessing because the anacondas don't have legs.
The ape would definitely lose in this situation.
Yeah, the ape is probably the least dangerous.
Because the bees are a nightmare. Forget it with the bees.
That's right. That's my point right there, Hess.
No, that's the opposite of what your point is. He's saying, how is an anaconda going to fight the bees?
It doesn't need to. I'm saying you are against this. You just need a friend and a foe. You are fighting the adversary. So it's not like you're just all in the wild chilling. An anaconda will fight you, and you get to pick between an ape and or swarm of killer bees to be your partner.
Well, we could, I guess, the way you structured it, though, we could just eliminate the bees altogether and go friend ape, foe anaconda, no bees at all.
Well, I wanted to give you an extra choice because a swarm of killer bees really could throw a wrench in any mix.
I think if you're going to go against the anaconda, the ape is what you're going to want as a friend because he'll tie it up.
Yeah.
Like a pool noodle.
Tying it off.
Pow! Pow! And, yeah. But if you're going ape as your foe, you're going to want those bees. Because the anaconda doesn't necessarily take the ape every time. The bees take the ape every time.
Yep. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Wait. What is it? Who will? The bees or the snake? Here.
I don't know which one's worse.
They will follow you.
Do you have a preference on these, or do you want your own set of?
What impresses me is that these animals know how long a half mile is.
It's shocking.
They got their little pedometer, their little iPhone watch. Like, oh, we reached a half mile. We got to let them go. What'd you say, Tim?
Do you have an opinion on those three, or do you want a new set of three for yourself to choose from?
Give me a new scenario.
All right. Same scenario. You got to pick one to fight, pick one to befriend. Third option. You have Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
You have George Bush Sr.
Most dangerous so far.
And you have Hitler.
A friend, a foe, and I have to.
You can arrange this one a lot of ways, by the way. You know, there's a lot of, you can win in almost any scenario.
All right. So the first one was, I forget what the first one was.
The first one was dinosaur.
Dinosaur, T-Rex. So I have to pick a friend to fight one of the two foes. Now, is the two that I don't pick, are they joined up?
You're saying would George Bush Sr. and Hitler potentially be a tag team for you?
Against me and Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I think in this case, we'd have to make that exception. Yeah,
okay.
I think that'd have to be allowed.
So it's a tag team match. I'm picking my partner essentially, and the two I don't pick will be partners against me.
Mm-hmm.
And is this just a match of tag team, or is Hitler and George Bush able to work behind the scenes? Is there a route
involved? Yeah. I think you'd have to. T-Rex, because T-Rex wins no matter what if you don't have the cunning of the humans.
Right. I hate to do this, and this is going to age badly, and I'm sure somebody can edit this in such a way that.
Go on. Who's
you put me in you backed me into a corner here where I have to pick a friend that is not commonly referred to as a good man. I'll go T-Rex. I'll show my boy T-Rex.
You're going to keep T-Rex as your partner.
Yeah, yeah.
You took the easy road there. I thought
Well,
you were gonna take the hard road.
I don't want the soundbite. I just can't have the
I
soundbite.
thought you were gonna take the hard road. You've always been for years. You've been saying, if I go back in time,
If I go back,
me and Hitler,
me and Hitler tag team champions.
yeah. He said, I'd get to him before he turned bad. I'd change him.
I think. Well,
Change him.
the thing about Hitler is, if you team up with him, it's possible that he will turn on you very quickly.
It's possible. What if he just needed that little push in the right direction?
What if I made Hitler nice?
Yeah, right. Like, what if he would have become the most powerful, like,
Fundraiser.
woodsman?
Yeah,
or something.
He's just raised a bunch of funds for good things.
Yeah, but we're not gonna know. At least not for now. Not until after the show.
The other problem with this having T-Rex as the partner, I wouldn't be able to, upon victory, share a nice chat about the victory. We wouldn't be able to.
No, but I mean, I had bees. You know?
Yeah, you had bees,
which sucks.
Andrew Hess brings up a good point. CIA Bush or President Bush?
Well, President Bush has all the skills of the CIA Bush. He's just a little bit older. So, I mean, I guess you'd go with CIA Bush with the garrote wire and the whole bit rather than President Bush when he was getting a little bit older. But either way, he has the knowledge. People forget. I didn't think anyone would mention that he was in the CIA.
Well, I know who didn't forget: the Kennedy family.
That's a real one.
That's a conspiracy
theory. Real one.
Yeah,
for sure. That was. You know what's funny? It's not funny at all. But I was talking to a friend of the show, Dr. Mank Borgman.
Right.
And we haven't seen.
Haven't heard much from Dr. Borgman.
Well, Dr. Borgman moved to South Africa.
Right.
So it is currently 4:47 a.m. in South Africa. So I think he's out for us. But he was saying how you're constantly seeing everybody like, oh, 2020, it's the worst year in our lifetime. It's this, that. And it's bad, but it's not that bad compared to what even many of our parents had to go through, which is you were at home watching TV and the president's head exploded on TV.
Yeah.
That's not like hundreds of years. Our parents were alive for that.
Yeah.
So like, imagine how bad that is, that you're watching TV and the president gets killed. Then on TV, they chase down the guy they thought did it, shoot him on TV, his guts explode. And then they're still not sure if he even did it. So they just put the other ones in prison and say, don't worry about it. Like, you know how like there's always misinformation about coronavirus and all this kind of shit. And we're all like, how can this be? The president got murdered on live TV and they said, listen, no, there's not really going to be a trial. We found the guy. Trust us, it's the guy. It's the guy. He's in prison. The other ones that's insane to me. Isn't that insane? Like, isn't that really crazy?
Was he tried?
Yeah, but it was like,
was this Lee Harvey?
Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who's in here, but it was.
What's his name? Lee Harvey Oswald?
Jack Ruby and Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
But it was like a military tribunal, which is basically the way you get if you're the government and you don't want someone to go to court where it can be filmed or have like an actual jury, you have a military tribunal, and then all bets are off. Like, no one can see it, no one can appeal it, but it's illegal for some reason.
Yeah.
So if you're ever the target of like that's what would happen to Edward Snowden. If they brought him back, it'd be military tribunal. No one would do shit. Then all of a sudden he'd be dead. They'd be like, nah, he tried to stab the judge. Trust us. He jumped up like a wild man. So 2020, not that bad, folks.
Not that bad.
Not that bad.
And it puts it in perspective, like being wrong, like all these, like they'll catch you if you sell small amounts of drugs on the streets, but they haven't caught the man who shot the president on live television. Right.
Well, that's because the CIA did it.
Yeah.
CIA, I think the CIA probably did kill him, right? But think about there's how bad that is. Then you have Vietnam, which is not great.
Yeah.
Then you're
talking about the war, not just that's not.
Well, then all of a sudden the country of Vietnam shows up,
which is not great.
Drinking pho and shit. Vietnam and Richard Nixon, and then Richard Nixon's presidency didn't end great.
Right.
Like, they caught him breaking the wall, and then he had to quit. Seriously, everybody's just constantly talking about how whoever's in charge is the absolute worst. None of them are forced to quit, and none of them are getting murdered. So
Yeah.
things aren't quite that bad. And then even before that, before Kennedy was what? It was World War II. So World War II, if you thought things are bad now because you can't go to the mall or whatever, World War II was they found out in like years into the war. So World War II started like the early 1939, 1940. By 1945 is when anyone found out that Hitler was just cooking people in warehouses, like millions. So the whole time they just thought this was a bad guy. And then you get that surprise of it's the worst guy.
Well, that's what's crazy to me is like thinking back into history, like we're so conditioned to like at least thinking we know of what's happening in basically real time. Like if there were a Hitler today, no wink wink, and they were doing a bad thing, you'd find out pretty soon.
Yeah, you'd like to think that like satellites or drones or something like that would find, because that was the thing. Like even though they had these massive, like Auschwitz and all these places which are like the size of cities,
nobody knew it was happening.
How would you know?
Yeah,
how would you ever know?
How did we ever find out?
I think we just had to keep killing Nazis until we got to the camp, and then they went in and said, "Oh, I wonder, is this a barracks? Is this where the soldiers stay?" And it was just full of ashes and skeletons. Like I think it was that bad. Like they had to just go. And then at the same time, because World War II is Nazis, but it's also the Japanese at the same time. So then while all of that shit's happening, which is like the worst thing that's happened in thousands of years, at the same time, we have to drop nuclear bombs on a civilian population, which is pretty much one of the worst things that ever happened to anybody ever, too. So like,
I don't mean to change gears.
In 2020, not that bad.
Well,
not that bad.
Fresh off the wire. Not to compare this to Auschwitz, and we're not doing that at all.
Regal
Cinemas permanent.
You ever been to Regal Cinemas in the summer where the AC is broken? Folks, I just feel bad for all the workers at
that was somebody else said that. That wasn't anybody on our program.
No.
But yeah, Regal Cinemas, dude. It's kind of sad.
A lot of childhood was spent there.
And I liked going there. There was something fun. There's one of my favorite things to do in adult life is take a gummy and head to Regal by myself or with a pal. Watch something new.
Did you go there? We thought about this before, but did you go there a lot when you were a teenager, or were you not a big movies guy?
I wasn't allowed, and I didn't have my driver's license until I was 18. So sometimes I went with Justin Kimball.
Right.
We would go smoke cigarettes in the parking lot, which back then smoking cigarettes was inhaling a little bit and being like, dude, no, I don't like it.
Why we keep doing this? I don't know. It's bad.
I'll never forget.
It's bad.
I might have even told this. I forget what stories I've told on this, but one night me and Justin were at Regal Cinema and we decided to head over to the McDonald's, which is right there. For those unaware, Northampton Crossings, Regal Cinemas, there's a McDonald's right there. And, I ball up my wrapper from McDonald's and I throw it. I try to make it in the trash can and it misses. And these guys in this pickup truck were probably 20, 25. We were 16. They were like, litter bugs are gay. Litter bugs are gay. And they started just yelling that at me. And I'm like,
litter bugs are gay.
Yeah. They started bullying me for being a litter bug, which
I guess
I was.
Yeah, they were right in a way to do that to you.
But then
they were calling you gay for it.
And I gave them the middle finger. They chased us through the entire town. Where finally we were so scared, me and Justin Kimball, we had to call one of our friends' dads to come out into the driveway with a ch-ch and scare these men off.
All from littering.
Yeah. And this is back in like 2002, 2003. So these guys were pretty progressive with one aspect. Calling me gay very
Yeah,
not.
it cancels out, honestly.
It
Like it
really
just
does. They're concerned for the environment, but also ignorant as well.
yeah.
So
That was the grid for like teenagers to me. Like the
yeah,
movie theater, McDonald's, Burger King, like all the fine dining places for a teenager. Red Robin's is where you went if you had like an extra couple of bucks. Like if you somehow had some extra money, went to
yeah.
Red Robin's and got
You need
the
bottomless
nachos.
fries.
Huh?
Bottomless fries.
Yeah, but they would do the thing where they bring you like 7 French fries.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like, well, the first serving is only.
yeah. And like
I,
we're gonna if you ask again, we're gonna end up spitting on these. You guys know that, right? It's like,
Yeah, and everybody there is like barely older than us. Like anyone who works there isn't much older than us. It just hates being there.
yeah.
But we had the Redners and a couple other grocery stores where we'd stock up on candy for the movies, fill our pockets up, head into the movies.
Tim, are you interested at all in telling the nation what you used to do involving Redner's and the movie theater? Speaking of both of them.
I think we've already said this on the show.
Okay, I think we have.
But yeah, I mean the short story is we'd bulk up on candy and throw it at people, and then over time it turned to more savory dishes.
And
Meatloafs and gravies.
Culminating with a releasing live crickets into the movie theater.
You know what's awful, Ty? I don't remember if we did the live crickets or not.
I remember that you did. I remember that you did the live crickets.
Yeah, like I'm almost positive that happened, but I don't remember necessarily being there. Yeah, that happened. I like to separate myself from the consequences of these things, but I'm pretty sure the crickets happened, but I don't remember being there. But what a funny concept it is to people are watching a movie and there's deafening cricket noises. It wasn't the fact that there's bugs and it's gross. It was the noise.
Yeah,
the cricket noise would do it.
And like like hearing crickets is like it's synonymous with like the thing not going well.
Yeah,
but if there's thousands, they're too loud. They overpower everything.
You have to leave because the cricket noise is deafening. Yeah.
It's like, how was the movie? All we heard was crickets. That bad? It's like, no, somebody released 1,000 crickets into the theater.
You could you get them at the pet store, like right across the street at Petco or whatever.
He says they released those in high school.
Ooh,
in the high school?
It's a good prank.
It's great.
I always heard that prank. Like I don't know if anybody's ever actually done it, but they'll say like they got like 3 pigs and painted they got 2 pigs and painted a number 1 on one and the number 3 on the other and greased them up and released them into the school.
Yeah.
That's such a funny. I don't know if it's ever been done, but we wanted to do it so bad. But pigs are super expensive, like way more than you'd think. 17-year-olds just don't have that kind of.
Yeah, you just try it with shaved cats.
We need as many cats as you got, and it's numbered 1 through 15. Yeah,
you get 49 cats. you number them 1 through 50.
We didn't have a senior prank because they were so suspicious of us that they
really kind of threatened us early on. Like if anybody
like the first day of school, like no one's walking at graduation.
Yeah.
If you do this, you will not graduate. You won't. We know what you're up to. And then every time anyone would do anything, they'd be like, they're planning another food fight. Tyler's bringing ponchos. The word on the wire is Tyler's bringing the ponchos.
Well, I did get in trouble for that.
I know you did.
I got like terroristic threats.
Yeah, but you didn't even bring the ponchos, did you?
I just threatened. I told the worst person to tell, by the way.
JB.
No, I told the monitor. I said, you better bring a poncho here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And looking back, if you're going to tell anybody, don't tell that person.
I thought it was funny. Another friend, because like the rumors were funnier than the truth, of course. And I remember another friend of ours, I'll just say his name, he wouldn't care, Ronnie Weaver. Ronnie got in trouble. He never got in trouble. He was a really good, like he didn't really break the rules and stuff. And Ronnie got called to the office because the rumor had quickly evolved into now Ronnie is going to be bringing the ponchos and the whistles. And just even in high school, I thought how funny that was that the adults are in their office wondering what we could even be doing with these things. Like, we know it's the group that we don't want to get in, we don't want them up to anything. And they got whistles and they got ponchos.
Yeah.
What could they think we were doing?
My
But
favorite
yeah.
memory of that whole thing was Mitch Brown, rest in peace. He got called. He wasn't involved, but he knew about the threats and everything. He got called in because they were going to blame him. He didn't dime anybody out. He pled the fifth. He said, "I will say nothing." They're like, "You're gonna get in a lot of trouble, but if you tell us what's going on, we'll let you right off the hook." He said, "Over my dead body, will I tell anybody?"
He was such a beast.
Like we were the mafia, but we were just talking about a food.
I saw it happen. It's funny you said that because I was gonna bring up. It was around this time. Senior year was just a constant lockdown of certain people, and they had gotten. Actually, no, it was worse than this. A friend of ours. There were two guys, and one of them kicked the other one so hard in the crotch that he had to go to the hospital. Don't know why. We had nothing to do with it. We just exist in the same school. He like Rochambeaued him or whatever, but it was bad.
Yeah.
And it like shut down this whole area of the high school.
The corridor was roped off.
And so they were like, bring them all in, bring everybody in. And it was like this like waiting room, but it had a big conference table in it. But the conference table barely fit inside the room. It was like they had to bring it in tiny pieces and put it together in the room with barely enough space for any of us. And there was maybe 12 or 14 chairs around the whole thing. They bring us in, and it's me, and it's Mike Kunkel, and it's a bunch of other people. It's just they just picked everybody who they thought would be involved. Mitch was there, who you're talking about. And it was the principal, the vice principal, and the school cop was all in here. And we're all like, like, what do we stick together? Do we turn on each other? Did anyone do something that the others don't know about?
Right.
And Miss Groob, who turned out to be one of my buddies, right? But she was the principal at the time. And she comes down next to Mike Kunkel, who's a regular commenter on the show. Mike, hopefully you're watching. And I'm sitting across from him, and he's looking at me. He's going, he's just looking at me like we're ready. We're ready for anything. We don't know what we're in trouble for, but we're ready for anything. And she takes a piece of paper, and it was a pink piece of paper. I don't know why I remember. She put it down right in front of him. She slammed it down in front of him. Now, mind you, the cop is there, got his hand on his belt, like he's gonna fucking shoot us or something.
And he's like,
right, like he's gonna draw at any moment. And she actually no, I'm doing this in the right. So we're in this thing. Miss Group sitting next to Kunkel. Kunkel had recently got in trouble for like stealing thousands of spoons from the cafeteria and creating a false back in his locker. Like that's the degree of effort he put in. It was a false back of the locker, so they pulled it out and the spoons cascaded out. So everybody's on the list, and we're all in this room, and they come in and they go, "This is the principal goes. So this is what we do now. We kick each other in the groin," and she slams the table. Now, the principal just said groin in front of a bunch of 17-year-old boys, and we all just lose it. And everybody, and none of us have anything to do with this. We don't know why we're here. And we all start laughing. And the cop, who's like a 6'4" dude, if you remember him, really actually a nice guy, he kicked the table at the end as hard as he could. And the whole conference table went up and slammed down again. And he's like, God damn it, you show respect. Now we're all actually afraid a little bit. Yeah, there's the cop. He has a gun. We don't even know why we're here, but we know we shouldn't be screwing around now. And so then principal comes up. Mike's sitting here, and imagine the principal be like coming up behind the shoulder, right? Like to even be more threatening behind your ear. Puts the paper down. She goes, Mike, I want names. And everybody's a little shaken up. And she gives him a pen, and he just goes, get your own names, Groob. and in that one act of defiance, it solidified everybody. Yeah, everybody's just like, oh yeah, and then they realize that they can't shoot us, and they've lost control. They've totally lost control.
They've considered it.
Right. There's nothing. What do you mean, Mom? You knew about this. My parents had to come in because they banned me from all the football games because I threw like a lollipop or something stupid. But anyway, you made me think of that. Like, what a funny. We're a bunch of kids. We have no actual problems, and we're like doing this like not giving names out shit.
Yeah. Just sticking.
It's an hour and 5 minutes, Ty.
Oh, damn, son. All right, that's been the program, folks. Thanks for joining us. Another Monday. Find us on YouTube. Find us on wherever you listen to podcasts.
Not iTunes, the podcast app. Give us a 5-star rating, even if you don't think we deserve it. Put it on there.
Usually we have
The movie, Ty, for movie night is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay, The Thing.
Very famous horror movie, but that is the movie. John Carpenter's The Thing, starring Kurt Russell for movie night on Wednesday.
I thought we had The Thing, but it's not there.
What?
The banner, but we'll get you back. The Thing. She wasn't here tonight, but you love her, you hate her. Find at I Hate Kate. Send her a message. Ask her, where the hell were you? Over there. Man with the master plan. Mr. Button Up. At Professor Fry. I'm at Tyler Rothrock. Tim, ring that bell.